update today is really the progress that the crews made yesterday in keeping the fire line fairly contained here on the south and east side of the fire, which enables us to then really focus on getting those lines and turning those into containment lines. We're at 10% containment right now. We want to increase that today, and that's our goal. I want to point out these three hot spots right here, or spot fires that occurred from on Wednesday when the fire started. This is about a half-mile away. We did get lines around those, and we're working on containing and getting those all mopped up today. This is a canyon, and the wind blew up here Wednesday night, pushed to the south and to the east, and that is the area where we're really focusing on and getting that containment. Our infrared flyover last night put the fire at 971 acres. That flyover occurred at 11:45 last night.
Okay, so it had grown from 800, right? So put that in perspective, that's not very much, right?
No, and the little bit of extra we can account for. There was a slop over that occurred last night, but the crews were able to contain it and not let it get much larger, as well as some burning operations that occurred along the dozer lines, turning that dozer line into a containment line.
Also, I heard the weather's pretty predictable for the couple of days, pretty stable, so that probably helps?
That's helping, especially today. We're supposed to be up to 95 degrees today, relative humidity is down to 16%, but the wind speed is supposed to come down. So when we factor in fire growth, the two biggest factors, of course, is humidity and temperature. That dries out that fuel. And not having the wind speed means that we're not going to have the dry fuels getting thrown. If there's a fire, a continued fire, getting embers thrown into the air.
So what kind of personnel, what kind of equipment you got out there today?
So we have 9 aircraft assigned to us. We have dozers, we have hand lines, we have structural crews, task forces that are here working around the homes, getting those prepped and assessed. I think that's all, and water tenders out there providing water.
Okay. So what do you expect between now and your next update as far as any progress? Any kind of big things happening?
Really, the progress we're looking for today is that containment percentage increasing. And that's our focus today.
And that was how much percent you're looking at?
Right now we're at 10%.
Okay.
We want to increase that 10% containment, as well as get out there and assess and prep structures just in case this fire continues to push south and to the east. We want to make sure those homes are ready.
And any other info or news on the cause and all that, or is that?
It still is what we reported yesterday, human cause and under investigation.
Okay.
Another component we are doing today is assessing the structures that were destroyed. We know that there is at least 4 structures. We don't know what those structures are yet, whether they're outbuildings or whether they're residences. We do know that 2 of the 4 are residences, and we're working now with the families and working with the rest of the reported burned structures to get those identified.
Okay, and then updates on evacuations and.
All the evacuation information has remained the same as Wasco County Sheriff's Office has reported. I do want to mention the families that did lose their homes. Our heart goes out to them. When you lose your home, it is a tragedy. Yet at the same time, we also really want to commend them for getting out. Life safety is the most important thing. And they were able to get their stuff, grab some stuff, and get out safely where there were no injuries or no deaths.
Gotcha. How's everybody holding up out here?
Fairly good. It's unique. We're in the time of COVID. So we are adhering to the guidelines outlined by the governor's office as well as the Oregon Health Authority. We had plans to make sure that when we started fire camp this summer, we'd be able to do it in a way we can be responsible, not only to the crews that are coming in from all over the state into a community. So there's a separation between the community and fire crews, as well as within the working groups within the fire crews.
Anything else I didn't ask you that you think is important to get out there?
Right off the bat, I just want to thank the community of the Dalles and Mosier of really being, just being supportive. We're all dealing with not only the wildfire, but COVID. and being able to coexist in a community and be responsible in that coexistence between the community and the fire crews is important. And we've been here, you know, we've had fires here in the past. We haven't done it with COVID. So everybody just working together and being patient, being gracious, and being responsible is really helping. So we appreciate that.
Very nice. And Rich, can you point out just on the map again what kind of the area you're really looking at right now?
It's the south side and east side right here along Osborne Cutoff.
So obviously you're going to have some road closures still in there, and
Yep.
okay. All right, I think we've got it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.